Welcome to our video lesson on finding the median, the mode, and the range. To start, you're going to take a little note in your foldable. We'll also do stuff in your notebook as well. So to begin, we're going to talk about the median. The median. And you're going to write this down in the median section of your foldable at the top right here. When you think of median, you should think the middle number. Median, middle. So in order to find the middle number of a set of data, you need to first put the numbers in order from least to greatest, or from smallest to biggest. Then you just need to find the middle number, and you're done. The only time it can be hard if there are two numbers in the middle. If there are two numbers in the middle, then you need to find the mean of those numbers. And we'll do an example like that a little bit later. So right now you should be making sure you're copying this down into your foldable. Okay, now we're going to do an example. You're going to write this example in your foldable down there at the bottom right here. So first start by writing out the numbers. So we have 10, 80, 85, 85, 85, 90, 90. Our first step is to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Okay, well, let's double check them. You know what? They're actually already in order from least to greatest, so we don't need to do anything for step one. Step two, we need to find the middle number. What I like to do is I cross them out one at a time to make sure I find the one in the middle, because this is an easy one to do, but sometimes people make a mistake with the middle number. So the 10 gets crossed out, so I cross out the 90. The 80 gets crossed out, so I cross out the 90. 85 gets crossed out, other 85 gets crossed out. And so we find that our median is 85. So our median is 85. And if you only end up with one number in the middle, that's all there is to it. It gets more complicated when there's two. These examples you're going to write down in your notebook. We'll do number one together, and then you're going to do number two on your own. So number one, it says find the median. All right, we have to first put them in order from least to greatest. So here our smallest number is 3. So we're going to start with a 3. Then we have a 5, then 8, then 9, then 12, and then finally 24. Okay, now we're going to do the cross out thing to find out which one's in the middle. So cross out the 3, cross out the 24, cross out the 5, cross out the 12. And we're left with two numbers in the middle. Okay, remember, when you have two numbers in the middle, you need to find the mean of those two numbers. So for the mean, we need to add and then divide by the number of numbers we have. So I'm going to do it over here. We're going to add 8 plus 9. 8 and 9 gives me 17. And I have 2 numbers. So we're going to divide 17 by 2. 2 goes into 17 8 times, and 8 times 2 is 16. 17 minus 16 is 1. So I'm going to put a decimal place, bring it up right away, and then add a 0. Bring down that 0. How many times can 2 go into 10? 2 goes into 10 5 times, and 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 10 gives me 0. So my answer here for the median is 5. So our median, 8 and 5 tenths. Median is equal to 8 and 5 tenths. Now, for the next set, you're going to do it on your own. So number 2, write it down in your notebook on the same page and give it a try. Try and find the median. All right, now we're going to start talking about the mode. And the mode, if you see mode, it starts with M-O. So does the word most, and the mode is the one that occurs the most. So that's how you can remember that the mode is whatever occurs the most. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to look through our set of data and see which one occurs the most times. If you want to make a little list like I did here, you can, and then it makes it really easy to see what it is, or you can just count it. So here I see there's only 1 80, so it's not 80. I see 1, 2, 3 85s, so that's a lot. 1 10 and 2 90s. So the mode in this situation is 85. Make sure you've written this down in your foldable, up at the top and at the bottom. So all right in your foldable there. Let's do some more examples. All right, you're going to write these examples down in your notebook on the same page as you did for the ones with the median. Now we're going to find the mode. So here we have 7, 7, 8, 7, 6, 6, and 10. I see 3 7s, 2 6s, but there's more 7s, so the mode is 7. You're going to try number 2 on your own. There is a little note down here. This note is important. You can have 2 modes. When might you have 2 modes? I'd like you to think about it and try and think of your answer. Okay, you can have 2 modes when the same number occurs the same number of times. So for example, here we had 3 7s, but only 2 6s. If our data set had another 6 in it, then the mode would be 7 and 6. So if you have 2 numbers that occur the same number of times, then you have 2 modes. All right, now let's talk about the range. You're going to write this down in the range section of your foldable. The range is the difference between the greatest or the biggest and the smallest numbers. To find the range, you need to subtract the smallest number from the greatest number. So after you've gotten that written down, we're going to find the range of this set of numbers. We need to find our biggest number and our smallest number. So as I look through, I'm looking for the smallest. It looks like 10's the smallest, and it looks like 90 is the biggest. So for the range, I take 90 and I subtract 10. 90 minus 10 is going to give me 80. So my range is equal to 80. All right, here are some examples, and you're going to write these examples down in your notebook. The first one, we need to find the range of this set of data. Okay, we need our biggest number. Let's look through it and find it. So we have 1 2/10, which seems really small, so maybe this might be our smallest. We'll have to wait and see. 3 2/10, 3. 12 2/10, 13, that's probably our biggest. 12 2/10, 12 2/10. Okay, so it looks like our largest is 13 and our smallest is 1 2/10. So we have a decimal. So we're going to take 13 and we need to subtract 1 2/10. Remember, when we're subtracting decimals, you need to line up the decimal. And with our 13, even though there's no decimal written in the number, there really is a secret decimal right there. So it's 13 0/10 minus 1, and we line up the decimal, so we put it right there, and 2/10. Now we subtract. You can't subtract 2 from 0, so you're going to borrow from the 3, becomes a 2. 10 minus 2 is 8. 2, and then we write our decimal. 2 minus 1 is 1, and 1 minus 0 is 1. So our range is 11 8/10. Okay, try doing number 2 on your own. That's all for now. I'll talk to you later.